Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. We're going to talk about the main character introduced in The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon Season 1, Isabelle, as well as Laurent, and whether or not we think these characters will go over to Season 3. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a discussion video leading up to the Season 2 premiere, which premieres on September 29th. This one, we're going to discuss the idea of Isabelle and Laurent being done after Season 2, and whether or not I think those characters will continue. Now, this is definitely an important question. It's one I've kind of had on my mind a little bit now after, of course, the announcement that Season 3 of Daryl Dixon and potentially a Season 4, which they're planning right now, which apparently Norman wasn't supposed to confirm, but apparently there's a Season 4 of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon as well. Season 3 and Season 4 are taking place in Spain. Now, that leaves us with 6 more episodes of France for Daryl Dixon. Now, I don't know if they'll ever return to France. Who knows? Doesn't really, we can't really predict because we don't know if the show will go past Season 4 and maybe go back to France at some point. I don't think they're going to rehash that, but you never know. But the question is, do we think that Isabelle and Laurent in particular, now obviously there are other characters like, Falou and Sylvie and stuff like that. There's a lot of other characters that are in the show, but I'd say the most prominent ones, the ones that are the most important for the show right now, besides Daryl, is Isabelle and Laurent, right? Because Isabelle is, what people think is, which I don't know if they're going this route with it, but what people think is a love interest for Daryl, right? That's a rumor at the moment. But she's also just one of our main characters of the show. Episode 2 mostly focused on her, and, she was a huge part in Episode 5, huge part of the whole season, really. So, Isabelle is a big character, and obviously Laurent being, I would say, the main plot of the show, getting this kid around the country and stuff, and, finding out that he was birthed through a walker, which is definitely different. That definitely makes him special in comparison to anybody else. So now the question is, do we think that we are going to see these characters cross over into Season 3? Because obviously these characters are French. They come from France. Are we going to see Daryl bring these two along into Spain? Because obviously we know that Spain is, it's a decent ways away. It's not impossible to lead these characters there. But my bigger question is, are we going to just leave that story there? And by the time Season 2 comes to a conclusion, Carol and Daryl will go to Spain to do whatever they're going to do there. But, Isabelle and Laurent maybe won't. Maybe they'll just stay back. Maybe they'll let the actress for Isabelle just kind of, leave the story after that. Same thing with the actor for Laurent. And maybe, bring them back at some point in the franchise later on. I don't know. But do I think that they're going to be done in Season 3? I'm actually going to go with the opposite of what people are probably expecting me to say, because a lot of people are probably expecting, like, oh yeah, they're going to be done. I actually don't. Frankly, I actually don't. I think those characters are going to be here to stay. And I think that those characters will go with Daryl and Carol on the journey to Spain. I don't think Falou is going to survive. I think he's going to die this season, unfortunately. I think Falou will die, and maybe even Sylvie as well. I think that Isabelle and Laurent will be mainstay characters that'll continue on no matter where they go. At least for Spain, I think that Isabelle and Laurent will be there. Now, as for the future of the show, it's a little bit more difficult because we don't know if they're going to go to any other locations. As I've mentioned before, the Daryl Dixon show feels like a ride with Norman Reedus in the Walking Dead, world, where he just goes place to place and, explores and stuff. I don't know if by after Spain, if we have to worry about Isabelle and Laurent being done. But I just feel like there's so much more story you can tell with Isabelle that's not just in France. Laurent I enjoyed too, but I don't like him as much as Isabelle. Isabelle is my favorite from the new cast. She's for sure the second best character of this show. And Laurent's cool, though. I do like Laurent. If he's in it, I think it'll be cool. Because the thing is that they set Laurent as kind of like the future of this show, Because, yes, it's a spinoff, but the Daryl Dixon show feels like its own standalone thing at the same time, where it's like Laurent is the future of this show for as ever long as it goes on for. So my prediction is I think that they will be long-term survivors for this show. The other characters I feel like will just kind of be there, you know, and then they'll kind of die as Daryl moves on and stuff. But Isabelle and Laurent, I think, could be mainstays. I would love, and this is a whole other discussion in of itself, but I would love Isabelle and Laurent to go back with him when the show is done, back to Commonwealth and, Alexandria and stuff like that. I don't know if that's going to happen. That's a pretty unlikely one, but that's what I would like to see. But we'll see if they go that route, But at least for right now, I think Isabelle and Laurent will continue to be in the story. I think they'll be in Season 3. I think the ones that we have to worry about this season are mostly Falou and Sylvie. I think that Isabelle and Laurent will be just fine. I do. I think they'll go with Daryl, and I think that, that'll kind of happen. Because I'm not going to lie, if they don't go with Daryl and Season 2 is the last that we see of Isabelle and Laurent, it's going to kind of feel like we were wasting our time. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of this prophecy? What's the point of this kid? What's the point of, Isabelle and Daryl's, kind of back and forth relationship if it doesn't really lead anywhere at all and Daryl just kind of goes to Spain, So that's why I say that writers, you kind of have to put them, you kind of have to put them in Spain, or at least, take a quick break of the characters and then go back and see them or something, because they are a huge staple of this Daryl Dixon show. So post comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you think that Isabelle and Laurent will be done after Season 2? I don't think so, but I would like to hear from you guys. Of course, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click the subscribe and tune up to any of the videos of The Walking Dead. Make sure, of course, to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead Reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of The Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.